QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy Rashad. Welcome to the Morning Huddle. This is something new that we're trying now, a little trial run, so to speak. We did it yesterday. The news keeps dropping. So if the news keeps dropping, we're going to keep doing the Morning Huddle. Grab yourself some coffee. If you're in the office, man, enjoy. I got about 30 minutes to chop it up with y'all because I got to work too. I do work. For those that don't think I do anything, I do work. So I have a meeting at 10 o'clock. So I'll be up here for the next 30 minutes. I mean, so shout out to everybody in the building. Grab yourself some coffee and let's chop it up with the latest news, notes, and nuggets for the Carolina Panthers. Now, a couple housekeeping items, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments. Also, be sure to remember we are also available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you want to catch the audio version of this, where you can ride in your car. We're available on those platforms too. So if you listen to us on those platforms, make sure y'all leave us a little review. I mean, get the numbers up over there. Let's take over everywhere. Let's take over everywhere. Okay, PNP everywhere. Okay. So shout out to everybody that's joining us for the Morning Huddle. And we got some stuff to talk about. It's a lot to talk about, man. The first thing we're gonna discuss is the plans to move training camp from Wofford to Charlotte. Okay, this news dropped yesterday, shortly after the article, shortly after we went live to discuss the dysfunction in the front office. You know, the Panthers did a great PR job, and tried to squash this joint. They tried to squash the news and all the discussions surrounding the dysfunction in the front office, and they put out some unfortunate news for some, great news for others. You know what I mean? For those that live in Charlotte like myself, I was pretty happy about this. I'm not gonna lie. I hated driving the Spartanburg every day. It's a terrible drive. I mean, the roads suck. 85, the construction, well, it's getting better now since they're widening it out, making it 3 lanes, but they still got a long way to go. So I'm not gonna hate on moving it to Charlotte, where I can go right up the street and watch training camp every day. So it's fantastic for me. However, unfortunately for those, there are some that, you know, in Spartanburg, where that was their only opportunity to really see the Carolina Panthers up front. You know what I mean? That's that up close and personal. That was their only opportunity. There was a lot of economic impact. You get the Panthers for essentially an entire, a couple weeks, 3 weeks, almost a month. And you get that entire, you know, fan base out there. There's people that come from all over to come to Spartanburg, and the economic impact that training camp provided Spartanburg was great. That's a big impact, and it's another thing taken. I'm not gonna say taken, but it's another blow to South Carolina when you pair that on top of the whole Rock Hill debacle, and that's not on Tepper. That's not on Tepper. The whole Rock Hill thing is not on Tepper. Rock Hill didn't hold up their end of the bargain, so you know they ended up taking that from Rock Hill. So the plans were, I think, initially to build that Rock Hill facility and move training camp there. So if you want to be mad at Tepper for, you know, removing training camp from South Carolina, hey, be mad at Rock Hill. You know what I mean? Rock Hill, it's their fault. You know what I mean? So we can't be mad at Tepper for he tried. I give him, listen, I'm all for bashing David Tepper where it's applicable, right? But I can't bash him for this one. This is something they tried to, you know what I mean, go over and build that facility in Rock Hill. It didn't work out. Rock Hill got to take that L, you know, and it's unfortunate for Spartanburg. This is something that was coming. Like, this is something that was bound to happen. And it's unfortunate. Like I said, it sucks for Wofford. It sucks for Spartanburg, but this was coming, and we all knew this was coming. You know what I mean? So it's not a surprise to me. But like I said, unfortunately, the city of Spartanburg, Wofford College, and is no longer going to have training camp. Now, there's an underlying piece to this also that people need to discuss, is that, you know what I mean, this is the last tie to Jared Richardson and the old regime. This was the last tie to the Big Cat. And when I say the Big Cat, Shout out to the big cat. Shout out to Keep Pounding TV. When I say the big cat, I mean Jared Richardson. Jared Richardson, um, that's his spot. Wofford is where he attended school, and there's statues of Wofford, of Jared Richardson all over the place. There's pictures of Jared Richardson all over the place, and they used to cover. And shout out to the Rob Brown show who brought this point up, and I didn't even realize this, and I was in the building when it happened. I didn't realize that this was going down, but they covered up the picture of Jared Richardson inside the stadium that's named after him. They cover his picture up. So Tepper obviously is removing all ties to Jared Richardson and the old ownership to the Panthers. He's removing everything. So this was the final step to say, all right, we're completely done with Jared Richardson. There's going to be no more Jared Richardson around. And unfortunately, they also removed the wins that came with Jared Richardson as well, because we ain't seen no wins around here either, since Jared Richardson was the owner. So not only did he remove the statues, all the statues of the big cat, Jared Richardson, they removed training camp from Jared Richardson. That's going, and they also took away the wins. You know what I mean? All the wins are gone. So everything is gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. So it is what it is. And it sucks. It sucks for those that live in Spartanburg. I know a lot of people that live in Spartanburg. I know that the ripple effect from a lot of fans of South Carolina are switching teams, bro. And it's that serious to them. You know what I mean? It's that serious to them. You know what I mean? And I think it's unfortunate that the team was so quick to release this information that they did not provide South Carolina with any kind of consolation prize. There's no like they released the news without saying, okay, we're taking training camp, but this is what we're going to give you. They did say FanFest is going to be happening in South Carolina, but where? What are the details? Right? What are the details regarding that? So I think it was a good PR move and a terrible PR move at the same time for the Panthers. It was a good move and bad. So we know that. We know about FanFest, but what are the details? What are the details, right? What other events are they going to get? They say community events. They say the FanFest. That's what they're going to get. But what are the details, bro? The FanFest was a big deal because it was in the stadium, right? It was in Bank of America Stadium. Tickets were $5. Boom. It was a big deal. You get a lot of fans to come to FanFest, right? The only place that it makes sense, and this is all speculation for me, this is what I think, this is just my hunch, is that they're going to probably have FanFest in Columbia, at USC, or Clemson. Those are the only two places you can have a FanFest that can accommodate the amount of fans that typically come, right? So it's got to be one of those two places. That's the only place where it makes sense. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm not upset about this. I'm happy about it. Again, I live 15 minutes from Bank of America Stadium, so I'm happy about it. Cool. For me. It's all good. But for others, not so much. Clemson is kind of far. USC, not so much. USC is about an hour, 30 minutes, not that bad. About the same distance as Spartanburg, the opposite way. Yeah, they're just further south. So we have this whole mantra, and y'all say, and Coastal Carolina could be a thing. I doubt it. I doubt Coastal Carolina is a thing, but I doubt it. So one super chat. Omar Tillman says, this is great for the kids' summer programs in Charlotte that may be able to go to training camp. Now that it's closer. Outside of that, I could care less. But what it sucks for is for the other kids, because bro, we used to have the South Carolina high school practices. Used to be at training camp. There used to be summer camp events for kids in Spartanburg. They used to come for free. Like it's a ripple effect. There's a ripple effect for it. You know what I mean? It's not just one. It's great for others, sucks for others. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So again, that's just the nature of it. You're not going to be able to please everybody. But the time, I just wish, my only gripe for this is that I wish they would have had all the details ironed out before they release this information, because you got a lot of pissed off people, a lot of fans hitting the transfer portal, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I think people are serious. Like, people are joking about it, but I really think people are leaving the Carolina Panthers as fans. I firmly believe that. And now here's the thing: I'm a Panther for lifer. That's me. I'm Panthers for life. It is. I got all this stuff. I'm never leaving the Panthers. The Panthers. I'm always gonna be a Panthers fan. But don't leave and then want to come back when they nice. Don't leave and want to come back when they nice, because we gonna Tepper eventually is gonna get this thing right. I do believe that Tepper is eventually gonna get it right. I do believe that. We've been through a lot. I know it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard to see it. But I do think Tepper is going to get it fixed. Don't come back. You know what I mean? Don't come back when it's great. You know what I mean? Don't come back when it's great. So that's it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, so that is the news. And essentially what's going to happen is also in the another trickle down effect from moving training camp back to Charlotte is that they're going to tear down the bubble, right? So the bubble was a thing that was created, and I thought it was a great idea, because the Panthers, when it rained, they would have to go to a hotel in Uptown Charlotte and practice inside when it rained. There was no indoor facility. And so that was the purpose of creating that bubble. They're going to tear down the bubble, and it looks like they're going to create some sort of practice facility and create a third field. But there's going to be some sort of practice facility put up out there, right? There's going to be some sort of I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to do it. They're gonna put some bleachers up for so fans that can come out and see training camp. It's gonna be and listen, I do think Tepper planned this out, right? This is why they started releasing the tickets, right? You remember Ticketmaster? You had to get your tickets to go to training camp this year. Big change. That was the dry run to say, all right, we're gonna give them free tickets this go around, but next go around, bro, we probably gonna have to charge them. So I do think, this is my opinion, this is no fact, but I do, and a lot of people have been saying this, I do think they're gonna start charging for training camp practices. I firmly believe it won't be a lot, probably $5, $10, something like that. I do think they're gonna start charging for it. I do believe that. I do believe that. You know what I mean? So get your coins ready. There's gonna be a couple open practices. You know what I mean? They're gonna try. I believe that. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be limited, right? There's gonna be a big demand to go to training camp. And if it's not in the stadium, if they're not holding practice in the stadium, where else can you host thousands of people? Like, thousands of people come to Bank of America Stadium, or excuse me, go to Spartanburg to the open practices every day. You're not going to be able to fit thousands of people in that, where they host practice or where the practice fields are. I don't believe they have enough capacity to do that in that area. Yeah, I mean, so that's my opinion. I, I don't know, bro. It's a lot of questions, which is why I don't like how they released this. Why put this out? Why put this out when you don't have all the details ironed out? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense from a PR perspective. You're trying to squash the article, the athletic article that came out, and we ain't forgot. We still on y'all about that. We still on the Hunger Games and in the dysfunction in the front office and the coaching. We on that. We on that. We ain't forget. It's we still on y'all. You know what I mean? We ain't letting that go. So I get why they did it, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to release all this information and not have all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, so it is what it is. And it sucks. It's unfortunate for those that are in Spartanburg and in that area. Okay, so again, just to recap, they're going to remove the dome that's located right next to Bank of America Stadium. They put that dome in place 4 years ago, and they're going to now add a full length practice field to provide some more space. They're also going to be, building some sort of facility, some sort of, I don't know, some sort of headquarters for. I don't know if it's a headquarters, but they're going to be putting some facility out there. I don't know, man. They ain't really put out all the details, so it is what it is there. Okay. Let's see. I just think that that man and the statement that they put out was kind of terrible. Here's the statement that they put out. We're excited to hold training camp at our facility in Charlotte. Who came from Christy Coleman, who was the president of the Carolina Panthers. We appreciate Wofford and the Spartanburg community for the hospitality over the years. We are dedicated to the fans of South Carolina, and we will continue to bring fan and community events to the state. Well, that'll please them. That'll please them. That'll get it right. So, another topic that we got to talk about today and it's a pretty sad topic, is Hayden Hurst. So Hayden Hurst is he's dealing with a crazy situation. His pops, and it's crazy how it came from his pops. His pops released a statement, and here's what the statement was. Hayden Hurst is dealing with. He's been diagnosed with post-traumatic amnesia by an independent neurologist as a result of the hit he took in Chicago on November 9th. Slow recovery. Don't know when he will be back. Prayers are appreciated. So shout out to an independent neurologist. Shout out to Chris Nowinski. He's on Twitter, and he says, you don't hear this often, and it's concerning. Post-traumatic amnesia means that Hayden Hurst was or is having trouble forming new memories and possibly remembering old ones. Hope he takes his time and recovers fully. Now, I was going to come in, and I had some jokes about it. I had some jokes, but this is crazy. It's too serious to joke about. I really did have some jokes. Uh, one of my jokes was I would want to forget signing with the Carolina Panthers too, but that's insensitive. And I'm it's unfortunate. In all seriousness, bro, I really hope that he gets, because again, these concussions are serious, bro. These concussions are really, really bad, and this is a serious one, bro. He's been out for a while, and prayers to him. I hope he recovers. Um, and yeah, man, this is bad. Yo, this is bad. Like, it could be a CTE issue. Um, it is bad. No, in all seriousness, man. I'm not trying to joke. I'm not trying to joke, man. For real. That it is serious, for real. And yeah, I've never heard about this, bro. I really have never heard about post traumatic amnesia, bro. I heard about post traumatic stress and all that, but post traumatic amnesia is wild. And to the hit, like, somebody posted the hit, it didn't look that bad. Um, but you never know how the brain is a sensitive thing. You never know how people react to it. Um, and yeah, it's really unfortunate. And I doubt we see Hayden Hurst back this year. I personally, I would IR him. I wouldn't come back. There's no way I would put myself at risk to come back to play. For what? First of all, we're not into making a playoff run. You're just playing to play. So I wouldn't. There's no way I would come back to play. Shout out to Mangum Code. They said they got that man on the practice field and doing Christmas events. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him, to be honest with you. Is he practicing? Is he back practicing? Is he I didn't see him in the practice on the practice field. Kevin Rowell says former players have game experience but no coaching experience. How does Olsen? Oh, my bad. I thought that was I didn't realize that was something. Oh, I thought you was talking about something else. My bad. Oh, he was at practice in a red jersey. Wow. Wow. Yeah, man. So I didn't know he was back. I did not know he was back, bro. That's crazy, bro. I wouldn't. There's no way. There is no way I'm coming back. That's too serious. I would take the rest of this year off and try to make sure my brain is right. I mean, there's so many tests that you got to run uh to make sure things are right. Cause your brain, if that go, that's it, bro. You only got one brain, fam. That's not coming. Once it's gone, bro, it's hard to recover from that. CTE is real, man. It's crazy. I was watching a documentary on YouTube about the Chiefs player. The Chiefs player that that offed his wife. I forgot his name, man. I forgot his name. I was just watching the documentary the other day. And it's unfortunate, bro. I was just watching that documentary maybe last week. It's a real thing, bro. I'm not messing with that, fam. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. It's too serious. Too serious, bro. Yeah, Belcher. Javon Belcher. That's what it was. Shout out to Russ. Javon Belcher. Yep, that's who it was. Yeah, crazy, crazy, and that's why you got to respect the Luke situation. Luke Kuechly walked away from the game because of the concussions. Hopefully, he's doing well, and everything worked out for him. But there's a reason why folks retire early, bruh. There's a reason why, man. It's serious. It's that serious. It is that serious. It is that serious, bro. It's wild out here. It's wild out here in these streets. All right, I got about 8 minutes, man. What other topics y'all want to discuss real quick? I got 8 minutes before I got to drop. This is the morning huddle. If you're just now tuning in, this is going to be a morning show where we discuss topics from the previous day. I mean, this is just where we're gonna chop it up, talk about some stuff, and it is what it is, man. It's this. If there's something to talk about, we're gonna talk about it. Tonight we got the NFC South roundtable. So if you want to come through, chop it up with Big Low, Big Q, and Big Game James representing the other teams from the NFC South. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. It's always fun linking up with them. So come through, Panther Nation. It's gonna be a tough one. I can't get up there and talk about all my talk my talk. I'm ready for war. Don't get it twisted. I'm ready. I'm gonna represent the Panthers, but it's gonna be tough out here. Roundtable gonna start at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Yeah, we definitely gonna get cooked for sure. We definitely about to get cooked, but I'm ready. I'm ready, bruh. I did see some of it. I saw some of it, not all of it. I didn't. I'm gonna get through the whole thing before I critique, not critique, but before I give my opinion. But yeah, I did see some of it. Let's see what else. Uh, Nicole Tepper. Yeah, Nicole Tepper was at practice yesterday. I'm sure she was imparting some great football knowledge and adding to the minds out there. Um, the morning huddle will be whenever there's news to talk about. I don't know if it's gonna be daily yet. I don't know if it's gonna be a daily thing. I don't know if it's gonna be a weekly thing. I don't know. We'll see. We're just kind of going with the flow right now. We're just going with the flow right now. Yeah, morning huddle is dope, man. This is it. Yeah, crazy injury to Tank Dell. Yeah, Tank Dell got a nasty injury. Having a great season too. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. Smitty, he ain't no way he gonna become a wide receiver coach, man. It's too much money out there for him to settle for becoming a wide receiver coach. Honestly, he's NFL Network. He's analyst. He's doing his thing. I doubt. I seriously, highly doubt he's gonna get. And that's just my personal opinion. I don't know what he plans to do, but I don't think he's gonna become a coach. It's too much money out there. Shout out to all the folks hitting the transfer portal. Again, the fans hitting the transfer portal. I respect it, bro. You have the right to leave the fan base, but again, don't come back when it's. I mean, you can't celebrate the highs when you can't tolerate the lows. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to hang in there. You gotta hang in there when we at the bottom. I know we've been at the bottom for a long time. We in this together. We in this together. I respect your decision. But at the end of the day, don't come back around if it's looking nice. When it's looking nice and we on top, don't come back around. Yeah, I mean, we don't want it. Richard, shout out to Richard, man. Says Rashad, I appreciate you and Dave doing your thing for Panther Nation. Keep up the good work. I believe better days are ahead, but David Tepper makes me question sometimes. I agree with you, bro. I question every day why I sit at this chair with all this Panthers gear behind me. I question it too, but we in it. And this is a great shout out to Landon. This is a great point. A lot of the Panthers fans came in 2015, or they came when Cam Newton came around. This is why you gotta respect Cam Newton and what he brought to Charlotte. He brought a lot of fans that we would not have right now that still remain Panthers fans. We would not have them if Cam Newton didn't come around, bro. I'm telling y'all, it's like that. A lot of people became Carolina Panthers fans because of Cam Newton. He deserves. Oh, you like love him or hate him? I know there's a lot of people in the fan base that don't like Cam, but at the end of the day, bro, he's a former NFL MVP. He brought a lot of great things to Charlotte. He brought a lot of culture to Charlotte. He brought a lot of good things, a lot of W's to Charlotte. He brought a lot more to Charlotte than Dave Tepper has from a Panthers perspective. Yeah, I mean, so listen, gotta love Cam. You know what I mean? And listen, if you out, cool. I respect it. I respect it. But Cam brought a lot of fans to Carolina, and I was hoping that Bryce could bring a lot of fans to Carolina too. But it ain't looking so good right now. Hopefully, we can get this thing turned around. We need a good coach, a good GM, and at the end of the day, I'm hoping at the end of the year, we just wipe the slate clean. Everybody got to go. Everybody got to go. Fitterer got to go. Everybody on the football side, man. Maybe with the exception, unless you're gonna promote Evero to head coach, everybody got to go, bro. You got to start from scratch. You got to start from scratch. Trade. Honestly, I would trade every piece we got. Get as much draft capital as we can. Start from scratch, bro. We got to start from scratch. I think Harbaugh will be great. I think Harbaugh is a leader of men. He knows how to galvanize guys. He's done it. He's rebuilt. If you want to look at a true rebuilder, he rebuilt San Francisco and at the NFL level. He's like Matt Rule on steroids. He, I think Jim Harbaugh is really what Tepper wanted in Matt Rule. I think if given the opportunity, and if Tepper really likes, I think Tepper, you get everything you want. Tepper will get everything he wants in Harbaugh. A leader of men, you get the culture, you get somebody that's again he went the and see here's the thing. Here's why I think Tepper won't go Harbaugh because he doesn't want to go back to that GM route. The final say all goes to the head coach. I don't think he wants to go back to that because he learned he had a bad experience with Matt Rule, and now he's gonna overcorrect and go back to the GM structure. And I'm with him on that. You don't give full control to a college head coach, nobody that has experience doing it, but you do give it to a guy that has done it before in Jim Harbaugh. So I firmly believe that Jim Harbaugh is the right hire, but I think that Tepper is now in his brain that he wants the young OC that's going to help out. Anything to help Bryce Young, that's what he's going to do. And I think Ben Johnson is going to be his highest priority. So that's what I believe personally. You know what I mean? So, no, I don't think Harbaugh can't be micromanaged. That's the thing. That's why I want Harbaugh, because I think if Harbaugh was here, Harbaugh would put his foot down. Harbaugh has enough clout and enough. He's done it, right? He knows how to do this. Harbaugh is going to say, hey, and that's why he's no longer with the 49ers, because he wanted to do it his way. Jed York and Tom Sula and whoever the GM, not Tom Sula, but whoever was the GM over there, right? They didn't get along because because he wanted full control. He wanted full control over the roster. And that's why he's no longer a part of that team, right? So Harbaugh is going to put his foot down. Harbaugh is going to put his foot down. And I don't think you can't micromanage Harbaugh. So if that's why Harbaugh is needed in Charlotte, because he's going to put his foot down and he's going to push back. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Ben Johnson is the guy that Tepper's in love with, and when Tepper falls in love with somebody, that's who he's going to get. That's what happened with Matt Rule, getting on that flight and going to Texas or wherever Matt Rule was at the time. He circumvented or prevented the Giants from getting him. What Tepper wants, Tepper's going to open up the checkbook and go out there and get him. Is it the right decision? Maybe. I like Ben Johnson. I think Ben Johnson is going to be a great NFL coach somewhere. Is he going to help Bryce? Probably. But is he going to bring that culture? Is he going to bring that leadership that we need? You know what I mean? Because Dan Campbell, again, brought that culture up to Detroit. It's like, love him or hate him, Dan Campbell, hey, I remember when my man was in there in the Joan crying. You know what I mean? I remember when Dan Campbell he got emotional. You know what I mean? Talking about his head. Yo, that's what you need. You need a leader of men. A leader of men that can coach X's and O's. You need Matt Rule, I think, was a good, a motivator, but he couldn't coach. You need somebody that's a good motivator that knows X's and O's. And to me, that's Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, the body and kneecaps. Hey, bro, you need that though. Look at them. Detroit is playing good football, bro. You need that. But it is what it is, man. That's gonna wrap up the morning huddle for today. I gotta run. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments. I'll holler at y'all maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We might do another morning huddle tomorrow. You never know. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you're in tune with the Carolina Panthers. Let's get it. Keep pounding. Shout out to all my folks in South Carolina. Keep your head up. I'm gonna give South Carolina folks a vent session on Tuesday. So if you live in South Carolina and you're perturbed as to Carolina, if you're mad at the Carolina Panthers moving training camp from Spartanburg, I'm gonna give you a space, a safe space to say what you want to say and send a message to David Tepper how you feel. Okay, on Tuesday it's gonna go down. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell, get in the comments. NFC South Roundtable tonight. I'm out of here. Peace.